It may be more than a decade since the release of Deathly Hallows, but the wizarding world is still very much alive. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things J.K. Rowling has revealed about Harry Potter since the books came out. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the most interesting bits of information that the series author has shared with fans since the final book in the series was released. We are, however, focusing on things Jo has said herself, rather than events that took place in The Cursed Child. Number 10. James Sirius Potter and Teddy Lupin's Hogwarts houses. Regardless of whether you choose to treat the events in the stage play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child as canon or not, before that, fans had spent years wondering what happened to their favorite characters after the books came to a close. In a 2015 tweet that uses the real-world timeline of the books, which took place starting in 1991, JK gave us diehards some long-awaited information. In that year, Harry's son James Sirius would be entering his first year at Hogwarts. She tweeted that James was sorted into Gryffindor, to no one's surprise. But the more shocking reveal was the fact that Teddy, Lupin and Tonks' son, was actually a Hufflepuff, and head boy to boot.
Hufflepuff!
Number 9. There are 11 wizarding schools worldwide. Save for a couple of notable exceptions, the Harry Potter series largely takes place in the wizarding world of the United Kingdom.
Please join me in welcoming the lovely ladies of the Beauxbatons Academy of Magic.
Readers had always been curious about what magic looked like abroad, and in recent years they've been given a lot more insight into these other magical communities.
Is there a school? A wizardry school here in America?
Of course. Ilvermorny. It's only the best wizard school in the whole world.
I think you'll find that the best wizarding school in the world is Hogwarts.
On Pottermore, J.K. Rowling not only revealed that there are 11 major wizarding schools around the world, but she has actually written pieces on each one, so fans can learn more about the different ways magic is taught depending on the region. Number 8. What she really thinks about Snape.
Avada Kedavra.
Anyone who has read the books knows that Severus Snape is the series' most complex and divisive character. Depending on who you ask, you'll either be told that he's a hero, or that he doesn't deserve the accolades he receives because of how he treated other characters.
How dare you stand where he stood?
J.K. Rowling cleared up her thoughts on this enigmatic figure in a 2015 tweet. She says that in her mind, Snape is all gray, and can't be easily defined as either a good guy or a bad guy. She also revealed that Harry gave his second son Snape's name to honor him for the sacrifices he had made.
Albus Severus Potter. You were named after 2 headmasters of Hogwarts. One of them was a Slytherin, and he was the bravest man I've ever known.
Number 7. Harry and Ron stayed Hogwarts dropouts. During the final legs of the fight against Voldemort, Harry, Ron, and Hermione are all forced to leave school in order to spend their time focusing on destroying Horcruxes.
I'm not coming back, Hermione. I've got to finish whatever Dumbledore started.
They missed their entire 7th year, which is probably for the best considering what was going on there during that time.
How bad is it with Snape as headmaster?
It probably comes as a surprise to no one that after the Battle of Hogwarts was done and peace was restored, Hermione returned to school to complete the final year of her education.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
Equally unsurprising was the fact that Harry and Ron did not return, likely coasting on the fact that they had, defeated Voldemort instead.
Hey, she's only interested in you because she thinks you're the chosen one.
But I am the chosen one.
Number 6. Harry, Ron, and Hermione all went on to work for the Ministry. Despite their aforementioned abandonment of their studies, Harry and Ron, along with Hermione, all got jobs at the Ministry of Magic not long after the Battle of Hogwarts. Fulfilling a wish he first expressed in the 5th book, Harry joined the Auror Department alongside Ron, while Hermione worked in magical law enforcement, where she also continued to advocate for the rights of house elves.
Dobby is free.
Ron went on to help George at the joke shop after a couple of years, while Harry continued on to eventually head the Auror Department. Hermione was eventually elected Minister for Magic. Number 5. Hogwarts tuition is free.
At least no one on the Gryffindor team had to buy their way in.
In recent years, J.K. Rowling hasn't hesitated to get a little political on social media, commenting on various news pieces and giving her insight on how they relate to the world of Harry Potter. One thing many fans were happy to hear was that Hogwarts students do not pay any tuition. Things aren't perfect, however, because as we've seen in the books, students do still have to pay for all of their books and supplies, which causes families like the Weasleys some financial strife.
This lot won't come cheap, Mum.
The spellbooks alone are very expensive.
At least every witch and wizard has a right to education, though. Number 4. Some key characters were spared. By the end of the series, many beloved characters had been lost. Some deaths had always been planned, because Rowling knew it was key to have Harry lose some of his mentors and finish his journey alone. In Order of the Phoenix, Rowling seriously considered killing Arthur Weasley, because she knew the entire family couldn't realistically survive the war. She had also considered at one time killing Ron, though this was more of a fleeting thought. In the end, Lupin and Tonks were the ones who met their end at the Battle of Hogwarts, though she hadn't always intended on killing them. It was her vision for Teddy's future that caused her to make the decision.
Others will tell him what his mother and father died for. One day, he'll understand.
Number 3. Hermione wasn't necessarily white. When casting news for the upcoming play The Cursed Child was released, many were surprised by the fact that Noma Dumezwini, a black actress, would be playing Hermione. Rowling quickly responded via Twitter with her support for the casting decision, saying that in all the things she had written about Hermione over her 7 books, her race had never been directly specified. Long before this casting news, there had been communities supporting the idea of the character being black or of mixed race, so many fans were overjoyed by Rowling's announcement.
And that was the other weird thing, is that Noma was a complete stranger, but that I felt like I'd known forever.
Number 2. She kind of regrets putting Ron and Hermione together.
Who could look at you as Harry Potter? What are you compared with the chosen one?
Most serious fans of the book saw Ron and Hermione's relationship coming from the beginning of the series, and Rowling has always said that she always knew they would end up together.
Welcome back, Hermione.
In 2014, however, in an interview she did with Emma Watson, she admitted that the two may not have been the best pairing. She called the relationship wish fulfillment, and said that they have some basic incompatibilities that might have sent them to therapy later in life. While headlines at the time said otherwise, Rowling never stated expressly that Hermione should have ended up with Harry instead. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
You are therefore guilty of a treasonous betrayal of your fellow wizards and are sentenced to death.
A part of Voldemort lives inside him.
Number 1. Dumbledore is gay. One of the bombshells that JKR dropped soon after the publication of Deathly Hallows, with surprisingly little fanfare, was the fact that our favorite Hogwarts headmaster was gay.
Dumbledore's gay. I told a reader that once and I thought she was going to slap me.
She downplayed the revelation as much as possible, saying that his sexuality wasn't relevant to Harry's story, and therefore never appeared in the books. She has gone on to say that Dumbledore is her favorite character after Harry. She is a strong supporter of the LGBTQ+ community, and when asked if there were gay students at Hogwarts, responded with this inspirational meme. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.